it's time for a lesson for Up All Night on bass. Um, it's a little more interesting, I think, than the actual guitar version of it. Um, don't know why my amp is being so weird right now, but hopefully it stops. Um, the intro starts off, you're going to be on a 9 on the D string, and then you just kind of descend the notes, so it goes from a 9 to an 8 to a 7. Then you wait a little bit on the 7, and then you go to the 6, and then it goes to an open note, so it goes like this. So you do that part, and then the third part changes a little bit, and then that's when it goes into the heavier riff. So that last part goes like this. So basically, instead of just going to an open note on the D string, you just go into the 5. And then it just goes into the heavier riff, which is more or less the same as the guitar. You're just playing the root notes of it, so it just goes like this. All that really is a 5 on the E, a 4 on the E, and then in between like all the main notes, most of the main notes, there'll be like an open note of the E, so it'll go. You kind of get the idea of that. So that first part is a 5, 4, and then an open on the E, and then it goes to a couple notes on the 7 on the A, and then it goes to a 5, 4, open on the E again, and then it goes to the 6 and then the 7, back down to the 6, and then back down to the 5 again, all on the E string. So that second part goes like this. Then all that played together, slowed down a bit, sounds like this. And then that's pretty much it for that part. It goes into the verse next, and I kind of think of it as 4 different parts. There's Tom, then Mark, then Tom, then Mark again. So that first Tom part, you don't play anything at all, and then when Mark finally does come in, that first time, you're just going to ring out an A, so just an open A. And then you let that go for like a full measure, and then you go to the 7 on the A, and then the 5 on the A, and those are both like half measures, I guess. So the whole thing sounds like this. And then the last bits of the verse, you're actually playing more bass, and it's pretty much just like 3s. I think of it as like just little 3s or triplets, I guess. So it just goes like, or no, 2s, I guess. Or 2s and 3s, whatever. Which is actually a New Found Glory song. But anyway, it goes, when you start playing those 2s and 3s, or just more of the notes, you go open, and then it goes to a 2, and then you don't really play much on that 2, you just do it like one note, and then you just use that to slide up to the 7 and play that a couple times, and you just go down to the 5, so it sounds like this. And that's really all that is. You play that, I think, twice, and then it goes into the pre-chorus, which is a 9 on the A, and then an 11 on the A, and then it goes to an open A. You could play a 12 on the A if you really wanted to, but I'm pretty sure he plays an open note, and then it goes to technically, I think, an E. Yeah, it goes to an E, but you could play it either an open, or you can play a 7 on the A. I like playing it all on the A string. I just think it sounds a little cooler, and it kind of accents the guitar parts a little more, because when the guitar part's playing, you can be up here and give a little bit different sound to it, have it a little more dynamic, I guess you can say. So then you go from the 7 to the 9, and then it just ends on the 5 on the A, a D. So altogether, that'll be this. I did have a little brain fart there, but if you want to play it the way that I'm most likely going to be playing it, it'll be a 9 to an 11 to an open to a 7 to a 9 to the 5, and those are all on the A string. If you want to play it the other way, you can play it like this. Oh, no. Yeah, I was right. No, I wasn't. I suck. So. Obviously, play it slower than that and you do more notes. I just did that to quicken it up a little bit. So then it goes into the chorus, which as far as I can tell is just the same thing going through like 4 or however many times they go, and it's just an open A, and then it goes to a 7 on the A and then a 5 on the A, and that's really it, and it just goes like this. I don't think it really does anything more than that, nothing that I can really hear. So after that, it just goes back into the intro again, or not the intro, yeah, like the intro heavier riff. So, and I already showed you how to do that. So it goes into the second verse after that, which is a lot more bass involved. It starts off like this. Messed up a little bit there because I always mess up, but basically kind of think of it as just picking power chords for bass, so it'll just be like the 12 and the 14, and you're just going back and forth between those two, and then you go to the 9 and the 11 on the A and the D, and then you go to the 5 and the 7 on the A and the D. There might be a little bit different picking pattern depending on how you hear it, I guess. So, I mean, you can definitely switch that around a little bit to pick it a little differently. So that's the first part of the second verse, and then it just goes more or less into the second, or the first verse, and it just goes like this. After you do. Do that, or you can, mess around with it. Pretty much you're just going to hear me say the same things every single time I do a lesson video. You can take how I play it or how I hear it, or you can kind of use what I do as sort of a base to figure out your own way how to play it, more to your liking, I guess. So that's pretty much the whole song. I'll put up tabs if you guys want. I'm sure I'll get a lot of requests for that. So, like I said, you can kind of use this. I don't know. That's pretty much all I got to say. Just send me any questions if you got any, and share the video. Just keep telling your friends. I do like subscribers and comments and whatever else I get to read. So just don't be harsh, because I do a lot for you guys. I think it would show after almost 500 videos. So keep playing, keep sending requests, and that's really it. So thanks.